Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today, I'm excited to share with you guys another watch by the XO Watch Group. And this one here should be no surprise that it's coming from the XO Watch Group. And this one here is the XOSkeleton Superlative Star. Huh? What do you guys think? Pretty amazing, right? Alright, so this is a watch that I have seen on eBay for quite some time, this particular brand. And it always seems like they're bidding for these watches. And I gotta tell you, I have put a bid on a few of these watches and never really won one in the past. And I gotta tell you, it is really an amazing piece once that I got one in my possession. And this is actually on loan from XO Watch Group. If you don't know who XO Watch Group is, they own XOSkeleton, Renato, and of course the newest brand, WatchStar. If you haven't checked out those videos that I've done on those particular brands, check those out as well. This is another brand that really ranks right up there with INVICTA for me. And I'm going based on the style. I mean, it's very difficult to find men's watches that are really over the top. And I've said it in every video I've ever done a review on with a gemstone editioned watch. It's very hard to find men's watches that are, now you could go like hip hop websites and find, that fake stuff out there, which is really cheap quality. I mean, very, what I would consider costume jewelry. It's hard to find watches that make, or companies that make watches for men that are very masculine, but yet have that gemstone quality to them, or that gemstone edition. And this is a great brand, and I absolutely have to get one of these in my collection at some point. The one they sent me here is a limited edition version. There's only 50 of these made in the world. And this is number 8 of 50. Now, if any of these watches I'm reviewing and you do want to make a purchase, I am now an authorized retailer for XO Watch Group. If there's anything you guys want to get your hands on, I can be paid directly through PayPal at phatkatcollections@gmail.com and get you guys exactly what you need, drop ship directly from the manufacturer. And XOSkeleton is one of those companies, or one of those brands that I can get for you guys. Now let's talk a little bit about this watch. This watch is really over the top. It's a smaller case diameter on the back, of course, you can see. It has a large overlapping bezel to really get that size out there. Very, very unique lugs, I think, on this. They're very, very long and skinny. And then you have a wonderful blue leather. It's a faux alligator strap that is just a great shade of blue, like a bright royal blue, and the quality is really nice. It's very, very stiff. You could tell there's some nice quality on this particular strap. I've seen lots of faux leather straps before, and this is of great quality. I love the fact that the strap comes all the way up to the top of the case. Whereas, again, the only issue with that is if you ever had an issue or a problem where you need to replace the strap for whatever reason, you would have to go directly to XOSkeleton. It is a strap that is unique to this watch. You have your gold clasp on the back with the XOSkeleton logo, and on the face, this is done, again, as you can see, all in yellow gold, or plated stainless, 316L stainless steel with a yellow gold plating on it. It's got a mother of pearl, white mother of pearl face. This is a GMT. It has the military time as well. And then around the actual bezel, you have this system. It's called a floating bezel design. Each one of these is actually floating. You can see them from the back as well. There's a ring, and this thing is set inside this floating bezel, which gives the stone the appearance that it's actually floating. What's cool about that is the light passes right through it and makes the stone brighter, because even when you have this on the wrist, there's light coming in from the side of the bezel, and that really makes that stone pop. If it was a black background, the stone wouldn't be as visible. And this is done in a blue topaz. On the indices at your, looks like at your, was that the 4 o'clock, the 4 o'clock, this is on military time, of course. At your 4 o'clock, your 8 o'clock, your 1600, and your 2000, there's actually genuine diamond indices on your markers. Hopefully you can see that by the face. Those are genuine diamonds on those triangles on those indices. The rest of them actually have a sort of a lume on them. And they make this watch in several different executions, different stones, different colors. I love this watch, guys. I've had my eye on XOSkeleton watches for a very, very long time. The problem is the company just doesn't have a lot of exposure, and they don't actually have a website. You're pretty much limited to buying these through word of mouth, or like through somebody like myself, a YouTube influencer, or buying them through eBay Direct. And if you had never got your hands on one and you don't know anything about them, how do you know what the quality is like? And I can tell you, the quality of these is awesome. I mean, if you appreciate the quality of INVICTA and you say you've already listened to me and said, hey, let me check one out, you got it and you like it, the quality on this is exceptional. This is a Swiss-made movement, by the way. It is powered by a Ronda, and Ronda is a movement that they use in a lot of INVICTA watches. It does fall under Swiss-made, so the watch does say Swiss-made, and is a quartz watch. And again, they do make this in an automatic as well, but you're going to be paying a lot more for it. There is a website on the back. However, that website, to my knowledge, we're going to check it out real quick here since I got you guys with me. XOWatch.com is under construction, so not even a website. So I'm gonna try to get some stuff going. What I really need from the manufacturer is a lot more pictures of the different models on what's available, and hopefully I'll be able to get you guys a website where you can really check out some good pictures of this. Until then, you get to deal with me in my videos. So here, a couple close-ups here, what the watch looks like. It is just really stunning, really over the top. This is definitely one that will get noticed on your wrist. And again, guys, I know if you guys been, collecting INVICTA watches or Aragon, you like the large timepieces. It's not as large as your INVICTA, but it's not a small watch. At the bezel measurement, it's taking you all the way out to, looks like about 51 millimeters. Lug to lug, this watch is actually 63. So again, it's not, it's a long watch, but what's nice about it, and you'll see in a second here, it just really hugs the wrist. That's something that they've done with the XOSkeleton line and in their new Watchstar line. If you haven't checked that out, definitely, check that out as well. Just an awesome wrist presence. The watch is really cool, very unique, very flashy, and I think it's just a great product. A little bit more about the watch. This is directly off a listing that I found. I believe this is the listing from the owner of the company, but don't quote me on that. It has 8 hand-placed ice blue topaz gemstones, floating stones on a patent O-ring, which I told you guys about already, Swiss Ronda movement, GMT 24-hour military dual time, white mother pearl dials, solid 316L surgical grade stainless steel. You have diamonds, diamond markers on the dials, and again, limited edition by only 50 pieces. So definitely a watch that it's surprising to me that these haven't sold out already. I just think that sometimes people are a little bit nervous to, they're not really sure on the quality, because how much can you really tell by a picture? Unless you have somebody like me who's had their hands on hundreds of watches. I know watches, I know when I feel something that's made well, that's made solid, and this is just a great watch. You're never gonna get this home and be like, ooh, man, I made a mistake. It feels good, it looks good. They really took a lot of pride in making this. It's a stunning timepiece, and I definitely endorse these brands, and not just because I'm getting them to review. I mean, I've had lots of brands on my page. Some of which I've, pretty much I always try to find the good in a brand, but very rarely am I impressed as much. And I have to tell you guys, of the watch brands that I've had on my channel, I've had, oh my God, 141 watches in my collection. Sterling, Aragon, Alexander, INVICTA, Android back in the day. The list goes on. Boulder, my God, I can't remember all names. I have tons, and they're all nice. Don't get me wrong, but ones that really speak to me, that really impressed me. This brand is right up there with INVICTA. And I was skeptical when he said he was going to send me one of these, what it was actually going to look like, and it really is a phenomenal product. It really is over the top and just super flashy. The only reason I'm not keeping this one is because I would like to get one on a bracelet version. And hopefully they still have those, because I am more of a bracelet guy. But this is just beautiful with the blue topaz and the blue leather. It really is stunning. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let's see what it looks like on the wrist. I'm about 179 pounds. I gotta drop a couple. So anyway, I'm working on that. I weigh, my height is about 5'7.5", and I have a 7-inch wrist. So again, all these watches look big on me. It's nice that I like the fact that they kept this watch at a 50 millimeter, because, and I think what's a little bit why people are a little skeptical, I think, of this brand. It's just my opinion. Because, do you remember, I don't know if you guys remember, if you guys have been watching, following watches for a while, and you ever got involved in some of the hip-hop watches when you were younger. I know I did. There was a brand out there, they were called Technopave. Technopave, everybody says it's a little different. And they had a watch similar like this, where you had a threaded bezel. So the watch was small, but the bezel overhung, and it was really big, and you could put on different bezels. It was all iced out, really cheap costume jewelry. And I think this kind of shares that quality where the bezel overlaps the watch. And I think sometimes people might think that this is like a low quality watch, and anything can be further from the truth. This thing is solid. It's, I mean, it's well constructed. You have a screw down case back. I mean, limited edition. The quality of the materials is perfect. The watch feels substantial. I mean, the crown, I mean, it's nice and smooth. And this one here is not a, let me see something here. Oh, it's got the crown guard on there right now. This is how they keep the crown pulled in shipping in the event that, to help preserve the battery, of course. So I'm going to pop that out because we need to wear this today. Again, the crown feels nice and smooth. I mean, there's no friction there. Of course, it's not a screw down crown, and you do get a little bit of water resistance, I believe. This one here, what do you get? So it's, oh, you do, yeah. It's 330 feet of water resistance. But again, you know, I mean, are you really going to take a leather watch band, you know, in the water with you? I mean, maybe it'll dry out, but I personally wouldn't. But you do have that water resistance in case it gets splashed, whatever. Regardless, just a sweet watch, man. I got to get one of these. I just don't know which color I want yet. So without further ado, let's go ahead and throw on the wrist. Once again, 7-inch wrist, 5'7½", 179 pounds. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw it on here. Now, one thing to be noted on this particular watch is that, you know, a lot of the INVICTA watches, a lot of the watches I've reviewed in the bracelet versions can be sized down to a pretty small wrist. This one here on my 7-inch wrist, I'm at the second to last hole. So if you got a 6.5-inch wrist, you probably can wear this, but I don't think you can go any lower than that. And that's probably just because most men have a wrist that's, even if you're a pretty trim guy, most men's wrists are over 6 inches. But I mean, you might be a smaller guy. And they do, I'm not making a joke here, they do make a woman's version, which is the same watch, just smaller, if you don't like something quite this large. So here it is, guys. Check this bad boy out. I mean, man. Just stunning. I mean, I love it. And I've seen they make a couple different ones in a black version that has, I think it was like an orange colored stones, which the stones really popped on it. I love the fact this one is gold and blue. They do make it in a silver and blue. I've seen that one as well. And that one there, the stones, they still pop, but on the gold like that, it really is a rich looking watch. I mean, look at that thing, guys. I mean, that's going to get you noticed. And, you know, for the price point, $299 shipped to your door. Again, if you want to get one, let me know. Before the website's up, I can take the payment through PayPal and get this drop shipped directly from the manufacturer. It's a great value. It's a great quality product. And, I mean, in some cases, I mean, you guys know I love INVICTA watches. I'm always going to have them. But in some cases, I mean, you know, for $299, this is giving you something that is extremely unique. Again, you're going to get that with INVICTA too, but I mean, these brands are on par. I mean, it really comes down to cosmetics and what you guys like. I mean, you're getting a quality quartz movement, you're getting that beautiful 316 stainless steel, and all the genuine diamonds and blue topaz. I mean, you really can't go wrong. I mean, in some cases, like I've reviewed a couple different. That's it. That's all you guys get. INVICTA Grand Divers that have recently a Jason Taylor version with just a few stones. I mean that thing cost about $200. So $299. I mean, you're getting a heck of a value with this. It's something that I mean, definitely is over the top. Like nobody's gonna have that. All right, guys, there's the Superlative Star by XO watches. Click the links in the description. I'll try to put whatever I have in there where you can pick these up. And of course, if you want to get one through me, I'll definitely take care of you guys. Have a wonderful day, folks. Once again, thank you, XO Watch Group, for the generosity and partnering with me. And you guys have a wonderful day. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video, and take care.